Just laser it away, a deadly misconception. Think ink is forever? In the US, 82 million people have carved it into their skin, but the brutal reality is that 1'4" is desperate to erase it. But don't let the popularity fool you. Laser removal is just high-tech torture in disguise. In fact, millions of Americans are paying to endure this nightmare. The laser incinerates the ink beneath your skin to a scorching 600 degrees Celsius, hot enough to make iron glow red in a split second. Boom. That insane heat vaporizes cellular water instantly, triggering millions of micro-explosions that rip apart blood vessels and turn your dermis into deadly caverns of steam. You'll smell the stench of your own burning flesh, hear the skin crackle, and endure a bloody battlefield inside your body. Do you really have the guts to cook your own cells just to fix a mistake? Now, let's break down the truth. Where does all that ink actually go after the laser hits? According to a recent survey by the Pew Research Center, about 32% of adults in the US have at least one tattoo. For many, getting a tattoo is simply part of living in a time when tattoo culture is booming. It's a cultural phenomenon. People often get tattoos to commemorate an event or follow a current trend that's taking over society. In other words, tattoos are often a reflection of the moment, a way of joining in on the social wave. But for others, tattoos hold more personal significance. They're a way of marking a milestone or capturing a meaningful moment in life. Tattoos become a statement of individuality, a way to express one's unique identity. However, as time passes, some people no longer feel connected to their past selves. Over the years, ink fades, blurs, and simply ages poorly, turning into what can only be described as ugly. Interestingly, tattoo removal has become so commonplace that it's now almost as routine as a dentist appointment. But here's a shocking stat. Approximately 70% of people seeking tattoo removal are women. It's not necessarily that women regret tattoos more, but they tend to face higher societal pressure regarding appearance. Tattoos are often placed in visible areas that may conflict with changing trends or job requirements. And the most surprising reason for removal? Around 58% of patients want to get rid of tattoos of ex-partners' names. Also, smokers beware. They have a significantly lower success rate when it comes to tattoo removal. Why? Smoking weakens the immune system, which is the real worker behind tattoo removal. With a weakened immune system, the ink just refuses to leave, no matter how many lasers you throw at it. Tattoos aren't just a form of self-expression, they're a battle. To make a tattoo permanent, the ink has to go deep, much deeper than just sitting on the surface. It must penetrate the dermis, the layer beneath the outer skin epidermis. This process is not as peaceful as it might seem. The act of tattooing is, in fact, a violent one. The tattoo needle, a large, sharp weapon, rips open the skin to push ink deep inside. As soon as the ink enters, your body recognizes it as an intruder and begins to fight back. But here's where things get tricky. The size of the ink particles makes it impossible for your immune cells to digest them. They're too large to be processed or moved elsewhere. So, what's the body's plan B? Trap it. This is where the prison of flesh strategy comes into play. Unable to destroy the invader, the immune cells and skin cells work together to trap the ink in a kind of cellular containment. These brave cells swallow the ink particles and hold them captive, keeping them where they are. And that's how a tattoo forms. It's the body's way of creating a little prison for the ink to stay put, forever embedded in the skin. Now, you might wonder, why doesn't the tattoo fade as your skin cells die? Every time a cell dies after holding the ink, it releases the ink particle. Immediately, a new cell arrives to take its place, swallowing the ink again and continuing the job. Removing a tattoo with laser treatment is essentially breaking that cycle. The laser breaks the ink particles into smaller pieces, allowing the immune system to clean them up and finally get rid of them. So, while tattoos might seem like a simple artistic choice, they're actually a complex battle between your body and foreign invaders. And once that ink is in, it's not going anywhere without a fight. It's not a scalpel or knife we're using here, it's a laser, which is actually a form of electromagnetic radiation, much like X-rays, Wi-Fi, or ultraviolet UV rays. At the heart of this process are photons, tiny particles of light that carry energy. The higher the energy, the greater the frequency, and the more powerful the punch. This is crucial for understanding why the skin doesn't burn while the ink disappears. Picture this. Your skin is like jelly, translucent or semi-transparent when light passes through it. The tattoo ink, on the other hand, is like toast crumbs, dark and suspended within the jelly. When you shine a flashlight or laser onto the jelly, the light passes through without causing harm. But those dark toast crumbs, they absorb the light, heat up, and ultimately break apart. This phenomenon is called selective photothermolysis. The laser targets the dark ink without harming the surrounding skin. Now, let's talk about colors. Not every laser can erase every ink color. It all comes down to contrast and absorption. Black ink is the king of absorption. It soaks up all kinds of light and is the easiest to remove. Red ink, on the other hand, reflects red light, making a red laser useless against it. To remove red tattoos, you need a green laser, which the red ink will absorb and break down. In short, each ink color needs its own specific laser frequency. The final piece of the puzzle, pulse duration. This is the difference between cooking your skin and removing the tattoo. Continuous lasers would burn and scar, but modern lasers fire ultra-short bursts of energy so quick. It's like a super-speed zap that gets the job done without any lingering damage. A blink and you miss it moment, but the tattoo starts to disappear. It all begins when time seems to slow down, and suddenly, high-energy photons race towards your skin at the speed of light. These photons slice through the outer layer of dead skin, heading straight for the dermis. Most of the skin cells act like jelly, allowing light to pass through without absorbing it, so they remain unscathed. When the photons hit their target, those tattoo ink particles trapped deep inside the skin, the real drama begins. Within just a fraction of a second, the chaos erupts. The black ink particles absorb the photons, transforming the light into intense heat. The temperature spikes to an astonishing 600 degrees Celsius, hot enough to make metal glow red. This is the mechanical explosion, and it's the moment when things get truly intense. The water inside your skin cells vaporizes instantly due to the extreme heat. Right at the spot where the laser hits, the tattoo turns an eerie white. This frosting effect isn't burned skin. It's the hot gas bubbles expanding under your skin, creating a temporary white haze. When the laser stops, the aftermath under the skin is nothing short of a battlefield. The cells that once held the ink are now cooked or torn apart, and the surrounding cells are burned or damaged by the steam. Once the microscopic explosions are over, your body reacts as though it's just sustained a serious injury. It calls in the cavalry. Hundreds of thousands of immune cells, like macrophages, swarm the area to clean up the mess. These cells immediately initiate inflammation, signaling blood vessels to expand and fluids to flood the area. The result? Your skin swells up, reddens, and feels like you've just spent a few too many hours in the sun. This is the golden moment in tattoo removal, when the immune system, which once protected your tattoo, now shifts gears to help get rid of it. But what happens to the ink after it's shattered? The ink particles follow three main paths. Washed away. The smallest particles get carried away by the fluids and simply washed out of the body. Excreted through urine. Larger particles are eaten by macrophages, which then transport them to lymph nodes. If they can be further broken down, the particles are eventually expelled through urine. Trapped forever. If the ink cannot be broken down, it gets stuck in the lymph nodes and remains there, possibly for the rest of your life. So why does it take multiple sessions to remove a tattoo? The body's stubborn defense mechanism gets in the way. The majority of the ink particles are still too large or numerous to be removed all at once. The skin and immune cells, in an effort to protect you, will just swallow any leftover ink particles and trap them in place. While some of the tattoo fades, most of it becomes cemented in its original spot. This is why you need anywhere from 5 to 12 treatments to gradually break down each layer of ink. The first few hours, the freezing effect from the laser will fade, but the surrounding skin will be red, swollen, and feel hot and burning. Blisters. You'll likely develop blisters filled with fluid, just like a burn. Don't pop them. A few days later, the pain shifts to soreness, and the area will still be red, swollen, and itchy. The healing itch. That itch? It's actually a good sign, meaning your immune system is working hard to heal the area. 1 week later, the wound will start to scab over, and the damaged skin will peel away, revealing fresh, pink skin beneath. Final results. Over the next few weeks, the tattoo will continue to fade as your immune system works to flush out the ink. You will become someone who doesn't need tattoos to shine. Do you have any tattoos? Have you ever thought about removing them? Tell me about it. Now, press the subscribe button and turn on notifications for more interesting information.